Welcome to SplashMe Pool Systems, the most advanced swimming pool and spa controller at your fingertips. In this video we are going to show you the Device Setup tab in the settings. Device Setup is the first place we want to go once the SplashMe controller has been installed. Once you are connected to the controller that you would like to set up, tap on the settings icon in the bottom menu bar. Then tap Device Setup. First in the list we have Device Information. In here we can change the SplashMe name and also the SplashMe time zone. Next we have Network Configuration. In our case it says we are connected to Wi-Fi, but depending on your connection method, this could also be Ethernet or direct mode. It also shows us the Wi-Fi network we are connected to, as well as the signal strength. This is particularly useful to help diagnose any connection quality issues. And lastly, Configure Wi-Fi. If you ever want to swap which Wi-Fi network the SplashMe controller is connected to, then it is done here. Pool parameters should already be populated, as the pool size and electricity cost was entered when the unit was initially paired. These values can be altered at any time. The reason for the pool volume is so we can determine the optimum pump run times, and the electricity cost is used if a SplashMe variable frequency drive is installed or you are using a compatible 3-speed pump. Wireless add-ons is something we will cover in a separate video, but for the purpose of this video, I have an expansion module already connected. This is where we can link our wireless expansion modules or our wireless poolside switches. A wireless expander is essential for valve actuators used for things like spa mode and water features. You'll leave assign equipment until last. Let's check out firmware. Here we can basically see the firmware version as well as updating the firmware if necessary. In our case we are up to date. Lastly, we have Assign Equipment. Assign Equipment is one of the most important parts of the setup process. This is where you assign all the connected equipment, and once done will dynamically change the way the app displays information and functions. I will take you through this in detail now. Tap on Assign Equipment. Then tap the plus icon in the top right corner. Now we can choose from SplashMe Auxiliaries, which consists of the filter pump and another 11 auxiliaries, or the expander that we have connected. This expander has 5 auxiliaries to choose from. I will first choose the SplashMe auxiliaries. First up we have filter pump. We can choose from single speed, SplashMe VSD or 3-speed. On our test system we have a single speed. You can now see in the Assign Equipment list, we are starting to populate equipment. Next in auxiliary 1, I have plugged in a salt chlorinator. So I will select sanitation, followed by salt chlorinator. Next in auxiliary 2, we have plugged in an ozone system. So I will select sanitation, followed by ozone. You can also notice that salt chlorinator and mineral chlorinator are grayed out. This is to stop the same bit of equipment being assigned twice. And as for the mineral chlorinator, the system will not allow 2 chlorinators to be assigned to separate outputs. In auxiliary 3 we have pool lights. The lights installed are Spa Electrics, and the model is Multi-Plus. In auxiliary 4 we have a dedicated solar heating pump. This is solar heating that does not require the filter pump to work. I will select heating, then dedicated solar. We have now used all the available 240 volt outlets on the SplashMe. Auxiliary 5, 6, 7 and 8 are 12 volt DC outputs. These are used for our acid and liquid chlorine dose pumps, or even auto pull filler solenoid valves. In auxiliary 5, I have connected the 12 volt acid dose pump. So I will add auxiliary 5, and select sanitation. Then select pH doser. Auxiliary 9, 10 and 11 are voltage-free contacts. These are particularly useful for heat pump and gas heaters. I will assign auxiliary 9 as heating. And then I will choose pool spa heater. A pool spa heater is one heater that will be used for pool mode and spa mode, but will give you the option to set 2 different temperatures. Another option is you have 2 separate heaters. In that scenario you would assign pool heater to one auxiliary and spa heater to another. Now as our test pool is a pool spa combo and we require actuators and additional 240 volt equipment to be controlled. So this is where the expander comes in. Now I will add another assignment, but this time I will choose the expander. Here we can see we have 5 to choose from. Auxiliaries 1 and 2 are 240 volt outputs. Auxiliary 3, 4 and 5 are for 24-volt AC. In Auxiliary 1 of the expander I have plugged in a spa blower. So I will select spa, and then spa blower. The system allows up to 2 blowers and 2 spa jet pumps to be assigned. In Auxiliary 2 of the expander I have plugged in a pressure cleaner. In this case I will select General, and then Pressure Cleaner. Here you can also see Auxiliary. The Auxiliary option can be used for anything that is just an on-off and is not in any of the lists. All the items that are listed are linked to certain functions in the app, so it is important to assign equipment correctly to make sure you get the desired outcome. Lastly, I want to assign my spa mode suction and return actuators. These actuators divert the water so we can isolate just the spa. Spa mode will be shown as one button, but it will control multiple outputs at one time. I will tap the plus icon. Then the expander. Now Auxiliary 3 is my suction actuator, so I will select spa, then spa suction. Auxiliary 4 is my return actuator, so I will select spa return. Now you can see in the list that we have an extra 2 spa actuator options. These 2 will also link to the one spa mode button. In some cases you may need to operate more than 2 actuators at once. Okay, so we have successfully assigned everything to the SplashMe controller. If you like, you have the option to relabel any of the outputs so that they display as desired in the app. I will now head over to the devices page so you can see how the app has populated the assigned equipment. In the next video we will cover the device settings that we have access to since assigning the equipment. Thanks for watching. Please explore our channel for more how-to videos and don't forget to subscribe to keep you up to date with all the most recent app changes. Thank you.